Welcome everybody to the channel. With us we have Diane here, Glen and Mesh.
Of course.
Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for coming. This is very exciting being here in Oakville.
We're super excited today. We've got two great guests. We're in an amazing opportunity. I just wanted to start off by introducing Diane of Alliance United and Glen of the Condo Store. Welcome to the channel, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Awesome. Thanks for being here. Well, we're going to get right into this. We have some amazing information to get to everybody who's watching, but we want to start it off with telling a little bit about yourself, Diane. You've been in real estate, you've done so many different things. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and this project and how you got involved?
So I've been in the real estate industry by being a mortgage agent for over about 10 years now.
Okay.
So one of the things I got an opportunity to do is a couple little projects, and I became a partner in different projects as well as financing them, all of that fun stuff.
Yeah.
That led me to now a much bigger project. So, you know, we started out small, and this is probably the biggest project I've done.
Okay.
But I have partners that have well over 30 years experience, so that have done bigger projects, understand this business, all of that kind of stuff. How did we get here? Well, we were presented this opportunity for this corner.
Okay.
And we just fell in love with it because it's, you know, like when you come down Lakeshore, it's really the gateway, right?
Absolutely.
It's just a gateway to Oakville, right? You have the lake on one side, you've got the vibrant downtown, which is walkable, you've got this area that's just so historic, right? With all sorts of things from food to great stuff on the waterfront during the summer.
Absolutely,
and we
yes.
just fell in love with it.
So you took the next question right out of my mouth. I mean, right, it's even perfect, it's even better. So those are some amazing reasons why you chose the area. I think let's lean into Glen a little bit. So Glen with the Condo Store, right? Yeah. Tell us a little about, you guys have so many projects in your Rolodex, let's call it, or on your list.
Sure.
What makes this one special, or what about this one particularly gets you super excited?
Yeah, this is, I think, a very easy question. And for most investors and end users, it's a location.
100%.
You can have buildings all through like Midtown, uptown, but there's only a select few that are going to be down by the lake.
Yeah.
And one thing that we really fell in love with here is this is the gateway into the new Bronte Village.
Yes.
The Bronte Village area has been revitalized from their waterfront, which is exceptional. And I'll ask anybody out there to go along this Lake Ontario and find a better lakefront.
Yes.
I can't. I'm unable to.
There's
do it.
only a couple of exits, pretty much, right? Like that's it.
It's gorgeous, and the big thing for us here is it is already in an area that already has shop stores.
Yes.
Access to the highway. You're 2 minutes away from the QEW. So these things that all kind of come together with, I think, the esteem of this building, the quality of the building, it sets apart from many other cookie cutter developments.
Yeah.
And with this one here, I think, to be honest, it's pretty undervalued for what you're actually getting.
Yeah.
So at this stage right now is the time to be looking for it.
Yeah, you know what I'm finding interesting, like as Diane mentioned earlier, like, you know, this being the pinnacle point on Lakeshore and Bronte, the mouth of it all, right?
Sure.
The gateway to the Lake Ontario and the walkways and the parks and etc. But having this piece of property being on an actual corner gives it another dimension, I feel, from an architectural standpoint and from so many other advantages. But just having a parcel of land on an intersection, this particular intersection is amazing. So
Agreed.
Well, I think it's safe to say, like, this is going to reshape Bronte and this part of Oakville. As we know, if you've been in this area or seen it grow, like I was fortunate enough to be part of the tides or the shores when that came out, and you know, that was still very standalone. That was still very much one building, everything else was still This we can kind of see, if you get in now, this is like the gateway, because everything east of here, we don't know what's going to happen, but you're in the space, you probably have a bit of insight, but fair to say that the city's going to want this redeveloped over the next 10, 20 years. And the difference I find here versus, you know, like in Mississauga, you've got Brightwater, you've got Lakeview Village, which are huge complexes. That's going to change the entire scope of the city. It's already busy, and it's great for people that want that. This still feels a little bit more exclusive, and I think you still have that small town, like waterfront charm.
Boutique
Village.
charm.
The village, yes.
Right?
The village.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the village.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I also wanted to touch on, you kind of started on it, maybe you guys can both jump in on this, but you know, you started talking about the build, the engineering, and the mastery behind this project. Can we talk about some of the innovations that are here that I haven't seen in any other buildings that's going to help for end users, owners who are going to live in the building?
Yeah.
So I guess there's lots of innovation, but the biggest innovation is our geothermal.
Okay.
That's going to be in the building. So,
Okay.
So there's no gas in the building. So
Okay.
we are looking at a much greener building. We're stepping away from gas. The interesting thing about it is the building will be independent. So if all your lights go out throughout the town of Oakville,
The neighborhood, yeah.
your facility, your apartment, your condo will not go out. It will run independently on the geothermal system. So it's not just life safety things like your elevator on a generator. You will have full function of your condo, which is really important. The other big innovation is we are spending a lot of money on air quality. So, you know, we're all much more conscious
Yep.
of air quality. And COVID and what that did with us.
Yeah.
So you are we have a system of ultraviolet lights that will constantly clean the air, and you have hospital quality air constantly.
HEPA filters, that type of thing.
All of that kind of stuff
excellent.
circulating through. What else do we have?
So I have an interesting question.
Yeah.
Because I've seen your floor plans, and I've seen, obviously, there's a nice variety of different floor plans, and two questions. One, is there demand for large unit in this neighborhood? And the second question, most of the developers in the city and in the outskirts are trying to get rid of balconies. And you guys are doing the opposite.
Oh no, this. No. One of the key draws is the outdoors in here. One of the key draws is that lake and the walkways. And the city's right next to us will build a trail, right? So you're going to be on
bicycle
a trail
trails
and all that kind of stuff will be
yeah.
right beside the building. So no, for us it was, you know, again, that whole green thing, being outside, enjoying the outdoors. Right across the street from us on Lakeshore is Bronte Square, where all sorts of events happen, from tree lightings at Christmas to summer events. They're going to have a farmer's market there. So, I mean, it's a really vibrant area, and we want it to build a community, right? And we want people to be excited about being out and about. And not just stuck in their car.
So there was never a question, balconies or not.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's fitting. We're sitting in this beautiful room. This is like renderings of what it's going to look like, and we're sitting on the upper space in the courtyard.
Right.
Why don't you talk to some of the amenities and like, in fact, it's more than I can say. Why don't you talk to a little about what's in the building?
For sure. And the biggest thing is not just balconies. We took it a step further.
Yeah.
They actually have rooftop terraces for the entire 6th floor. A good majority, let's say 85% of all the units will have a rooftop terrace.
Amazing.
With access from your own unit. You have a staircase, you go up top, and you'll have an outdoor space on top of the roof, along with a balcony. The amenities, we get over 16,000 square feet of amenity space.
Yeah.
We're talking about
In a singular building, not shared facilities.
Just one building with about 196 units, which I want to touch base with you guys also because we started with about 203 units.
Yes.
Okay.
We are giving the ability, as you asked about, you saw our floor plans.
Yes.
There are people out there who are looking for much larger square footage.
Of course.
We don't want anybody to be deterred. We want them to call us, come in, because we've already had great success in joining suites up together to give a perfect suite size to an individual purchaser. But the amenity space, like you said, is just a bit around us. Inside, we'd like to dub it as our bit of our secret garden on the 2nd floor.
Yes.
This is only private and exclusive for the owners in the building.
Yes.
An area, come down, read, compose, meet some friends down there.
You got
Because it does have access to a party room right on that same floor.
Yeah.
We do have a co-working space, dog spa. We end up with a rooftop terrace. So we know that everybody in our building is not going to be just facing south to look at the lake.
Sure.
We have a dimension. So what we have done is on the 6th floor, on the Bronte roadside, there is a actual access that everybody can enjoy. The views out towards the lake. There'll be barbecues up there, electric, because like we said, no gas.
Yeah, that's okay.
And so we want to make sure that everybody in our building, I don't care if you buy the 2nd floor on the farthest point away from the lake, you have an access to view and enjoy the lake.
And I just wanted to say too, I mean, I think these guys are doing a great job, but they're underplaying the enormity and the beauty of that common space. Like literally any room in the building has access to that space upstairs, and you have unobstructed views.
Yes.
Right, so summertime, it's the clubhouse. I don't think you need to go anywhere. You can just hang out there with friends and, you know?
Yeah, so the interesting thing, a lot of marketing with a lot of places will say, we are close to the lake. No, this is actually walking distance, a minute away from.
Step away.
Step away. Yeah. So another question that I have, and I've seen obviously the drawings, the building and stuff like that, it does remind me a lot of some of these higher luxury boutique Yorkville style.
It should.
Okay.
It should?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Tell us why. Tell us why.
Tell me why.
I'm a huge fan of the Hazelton Hotel.
Yes.
And it's totally inspired by the Hazelton
Hotel.
Oh,
that's why. Okay.
So Hazelton Hotel, thank you.
Yes.
So we hired the same architect that they hired,
and that's
IBI, and we love that look. We love that Yorkville look,
Of
and we
course.
think
Timeless. It's so timeless.
It works with Bronte.
And we
works
think
with
it works with Oakville. It works with the village. It's not overpowering. It's not ultra modern. It's just classic.
Yep.
And yeah.
Couldn't
so
agree more.
that was a good question.
Yeah.
That was the inspiration.
Yeah.
So Hazelton Hotel.
Great.
Amazing. I just wanted to touch on, I know we talked about earlier, and not to get too technical, when we talk about, there's no gas. So what does that mean for people who are buying as end users? A lot of times you get a big mix of investors, you get a lot of people, and over time, you hear maintenance fees continue to go up. Mm-hmm. And we can't stop what's happening with the government, and we can't stop inflation, and we can't. But this is one way, if I'm reading this or hearing this right, that you can at least predict for the next X number of years with some certainty that part of your bill is not going to go up. Is that fair to say?
100%. So it's really good question, because I was never that excited about this type of technology.
Of course.
And this is as honest as it was, because most buildings were always the same. This building is different. And the reason why is because with this system, it is geothermal. It's dubbed as GeoExchange, because instead of just putting down one tube down in the ground, which can, suck kind of energy out of the ground and into the building to heat and cool, this one puts about 40 tubes down.
Wow.
Because we do store energy down in the ground. So everything on the building is actually used. Hot water going down your taps, it will absorb. And you talked about it only being gas and something. So for people who want electric vehicles, every single parking spot we have, you can have an EV charger. We've done it in a way that it would be a shared group, but every single spot, if they wish, will be able to have an electric charger.
That's awesome.
Sorry, electric car charger.
Yeah, car charger,
charger.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's a very exciting, like the technology has given the ability, even our pathways along our rooftop, all heated.
That's awesome.
Our underground, heated. And these are just byproducts of the system. It's not costly.
You don't really see it, but you know it's there, like when it's there.
That's right.
That's the difference.
And now all of this all together, for most systems, you're always going to lease it. It's going to be leased for life.
Sure.
Diane and company have arranged it that it is a 15-year green lease.
Okay.
So what ends up happening is at the end of that 15 years, the building actually takes ownership of it. And we have been already in talks with our engineer, and they've said you're going to look at about a 15 to 20% drop in your maintenance fee the next day.
Isn't that crazy? Everybody's going up,
Yeah.
going down here. It's amazing. Brilliant, brilliant.
Yeah.
So if you stick around, there's some ground digging to do, because the ceremony will begin in about 10-15 minutes, the groundbreaking ceremony for this particular project at Bronte Lakeside in Oakville. I want to thank you, Diane, Glen, and Mesh.
Before we leave, I just wanted to say,
Mike is yours.
We've already said a lot. I mean, for the viewers out there, you know, we know why we're excited about the project. If anyone out there is watching, maybe on the fence, what could you say or what could you tell them to just give them a final couple of words of why they should invest or why they should at least consider Bronte Lakeside? Because we only have a couple left. We have an event coming up in a week where we only have a couple, and you know, we had to really pry these guys to get those units out. They don't want to do it. And as a lot of the building is actually end users, they've combined bigger units, a lot of the investor units are no longer here. So
that is correct,
floor is back to you guys. What would you say to anybody who's on the fence? Either or, what would you?
So in our real estate world, the biggest thing that most people will always gravitate is towards the lake. When they feel it doesn't meet their needs or their wallet, they start to move out. This is an opportunity, and it is a very hard press. The team of Diane and company took years to get this through.
I know how difficult Oakville is.
It is extremely difficult. I did another project in Burlington where people were a little unsure. It was right on the lake, sold for about $850 a square foot at that time. Everybody said that was crazy. It's now reselling at over $1,600 to $1,800 a square foot. Okay, this is the big thing. If you're in the market, by all means, you should check out this product because these do not come often. You're talking about a boutique building on the lake, right in an area that is being completely revitalized. And the nice thing about it is the town of Oakville has already done their part. They put in infrastructure into the parks. They're putting into the roads. You know, we got Farm Boy across the street, right? So we have all the infrastructure coming, which only attracts the developers to come to actually make this area. And I don't know one developer who doesn't follow and up their price from what the last developer has done.
And just to, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but just to be clear so people know, in this turbulent time that we're in, the biggest thing to remember is developers that are actually getting the project underway. We're excited to be here for the groundbreaking ceremony. When is the expected close?
So June 2026.
It's not that far off. We're 2 years away. We're not that far off, so
Well, the difference between Yorkville, Hazelton, and us right here is we have the lake walking distance. Let's go to the groundbreaking ceremony.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye
guys.
for now. Thanks for having us. behalf of my partners on ours, Sam and Noir, and myself, to welcome you here to our official demo party. It's taken a great deal of work and a lot of effort to get to this point, but we couldn't have done it without all of you, and that is our buyers, our investors, our real estate agents that sell for us, our Bertolin contract that's going to be building for us, our lenders over there, wave, Ryan, be happy, who make sure that we have the money to do what we need to do. But most importantly, we couldn't do it without our town partners, being the town of Oakville. And we have three very special guests here tonight, being Councillor Omeara, Councillor McNeice, and the brilliant Kylie Wilson from the BIA, who is the biggest cheerleader for this area. Here to say a few words.
And the Oakville Chamber of Commerce.
And the Oakville Chamber of Commerce. Here to say a few words about our project. So I'm going to ask Councillor Omeara to start.
Oh, sure, thank you.
And you get to hold the mic.
Oh, I have to hold the mic, okay, perfect. I'll do my best. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming, and Diane and the team, thank you guys for investing here. It wasn't very long ago, and I know you might not believe this, but this wasn't a place that everybody was flocking to. There were potholes everywhere, there was a need for investment, and you know, this is no easy lift that you guys do. It takes money, it takes time, it takes effort. I'm sure you're gonna age like a decade after this thing is going through. But you've chosen to invest here, and you've seen the potential in the future that we have here. And Lord knows we don't always make it easy, guys, and I know that. But we have a high threshold in Oakville for quality and for being a part of the community. And the fact that you guys are here and recognize that, and you're going to leave a legacy and a product that I know some of you here are going to live in, are going to meet that quality and that standard that we've come to expect here. And it is an honor and a privilege to be a part of it from the beginning and at the end, and to see the great work you guys do. And of course, anything that we can always do with the town, we're more than happy to help. And we thank you very much for choosing Bronte as a place to live and grow. Thank you.
Absolutely. So, Councillor McNeice.
Sure. Okay. Well, it's hard to beat that. Sean usually covers it all up front, but yeah, thanks for coming. And the demo permit's in the mail. It's on the way, I promise. We'll get going on this project, but the team's been great to work with. I think the community, everyone, has a hard time with change, but we're nostalgic about the past, but we're also excited about the future. So when you look at this, it's a great product. It's got big windows on the front for the commercial space. It just screams vibrant retail. That's what we're all about here, and all the people that are going to live here, you're going to love this area. My family goes back about 160 years here. The area has really evolved over time, but it just keeps getting better and better. So you're going to love it. Welcome to the area, and we'll make this happen as quickly as possible. Everyone's excited to move in and make this a really great corner. So thank you.
And I just want to welcome Kylie.
The big guns go last there.
Big guns. Sure.
Hello, everybody. My name's Kylie. I work for the local business improvement area here in town. And it was actually just under 2 years ago that I was invited the day this presentation center opened. You rolled out the red carpet. I believe we toasted then, and it's really amazing to be here at this milestone moment. Our partnership with the Alliance United Corporation and Bronte Lakeside is really remarkable. We're so grateful for the investment in this community, in this building, within our BIA, supporting our local community events, which bring people together to celebrate where we are as a community and where we're going as we go through this transformative time. Diane has also dedicated 2 years already to serving on our board of directors and helping to provide direction for our organization. So we're thrilled to be here at this moment, and we look forward to welcoming new residents who are going to be part of our local economy here, and I have to say, as a business improvement area, we cannot wait to welcome our wonderful new businesses. I understand there might be some new business owners in this room today. And if I could just put a bug in everyone's ear, maybe one day we will have a lovely specialty wine shop. We might be standing in the space right now. We'd love that in Bronte, but we welcome you, and we thank you for investing in this community.
Thank you. So that is it for us tonight. Now it's time to party, have a few drinks, and welcome you to this very special moment. Thanks everybody for coming. Enjoy the food and the booze, and let's have a good time.